What's great, good people? I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you guys took time to do something that made you smile. Okay, look, so today's topic is going to be centered around closure. This was a difficult subject for me. I hope and pray that you will get encouraged and you'll get help, you'll get motivated, and you will feel supported when we discuss this topic of closure today. Closure, by definition, and I'll paraphrase, is basically a need for finality or a need to have specific answers about the ending of a situation. Of course, this is a grief channel where we talk about all things grief. So I'm going to definitely hone in more on the grief end and how we can sometimes obsess over closure when it comes to loss or the ending of someone's life. You know, you may have a person that, has been so vibrant. They were funny. They were the jokester. They were the life of the party. And you're just like, oh my gosh, like how in the world could this person have taken their life? And so you have so many questions and you just want closure, and you start to obsess, so much so that, your family's not getting the attention they need. Your job is not. Maybe you are losing your appetite. You're not as healthy as you were before because this thing called closure has begun to take over. I want us to take a deeper look at how necessary is the need for closure. I heard someone say years ago, and this was before my mom even passed away, that closure can be just what it is. If you're seeking for closure in a specific situation, sometimes you have to be okay with learning that the closure of that thing is you not having answers. You may have to walk away with closure being that there's no closure. And that was tough. I listened to that and I'm like, gosh, that's harsh. But as the years have gone by, that is a true statement. Some of us will never get the answer to the questions that we have. The questions centered around, our grief and our loss. I know my mom passed away at the ripe age of 76, but oh my gosh, my mom was lively, she was healthy, she was vibrant. And so when she fell ill and ultimately passed away, I had so many questions. I had so many things I wanted to go to God for. I was upset with him. I needed closure from him. He needed to tell me why the doctors couldn't figure it out. He needed to tell me why the medicines that they gave her weren't working, why the trips to this hospital and this doctor's office didn't work. I needed closure in that situation. But can I just tell you, if my mom lived until she was 86 and she passed away at 86, do you know I would still be looking for closure as to, well, why didn't she live past 86? We can never get enough time with the people that we love, no matter what age. 106, we're going to want more time. We're going to say, well, she was still healthy at 106. I just needed more time. It's never enough time. And so sometimes we just literally want control over a situation, and not necessarily in a negative sense, because a lot of us wear a lot of hats. A lot of us are in leadership positions. A lot of us do a lot of delegating. And so we're in control. And when it comes to death, when it comes to loss of life, when it comes to us losing the people that we love, and we don't have control over that, it can lead us down this road of needing finality, needing answers, needing specific answers and closure. And so can I submit to you in the most sensitive way possible that that can go into an unhealthy lane when it comes to grief? I want to ask you, in your grief, why do you now need closure? In this moment, why do you need closure? Think about that and ask yourself that and see what answer you come up with. It's also helpful to write these questions down and then answer them. Sometimes writing it out will help you to kind of see, am I obsessing over this? And is there an issue or a problem that I need to address, in that I may not need to pursue this closure as much as I have been? Is it unhealthy for me? Is it benefiting me to go after closure in the way that I've been doing it? Would I be satisfied 100%, not 98, not 57? Would I 100% be satisfied? Would the void in my life be filled? And would I be able to totally move forward with no issues after I receive this information? Think about that. Write that question down and answer that. Only you know the answer to that question. And the third question I want to ask is, how does this information or the closure that I'm seeking benefit me? If I gain all of the answers to the questions that I've had, is this going to benefit my life? Is this going to benefit my grief journey? Is it going to help me along? Think about that. Only you know the answer. The last and final question to you that I want you to ponder and really think about is, the person that I loved so much and that I lost, the person that I spent so much time around, the person that I had the opportunity to love, and the person that I had the opportunity to receive love from. If they knew, or if they are paying attention to how much I am pursuing closure in their situation, would they be happy with me in my pursuit? Would they want me to continue to pursue closure in this situation? Or would they want me to be out enjoying life, enjoying the things of life, enjoying friends and family, enjoying hobbies, doing all of the things that it takes to maintain our peace and a strong mental health position? What do you think that person that you loved would tell you to do? Or what would they say? Or how would they encourage you in this specific area? I want you to really, really think about these things, these questions. And this may be something you may have to continue to ask yourself as you go along your grief journey. I'm hoping that it will, provoke thought, and that it will, maybe it'll help you to minimize some of the need that we have to gain closure. And lastly, I want to encourage you to do 3 things that can benefit us on this grief journey, that can help to bring us back into focus. Prayerfully, it will help us to continue to move forward in our grief journey. And the first thing I want to encourage you to do is to pursue the wins that you've had with your special person, harder than you've been pursuing the closure. Think about all of the fun things you guys did together. Think about all of the memories that you had with that person. Don't concentrate so much on how they left here or how they passed away, but rather go back in history and think about all of the wonderful moments that transpired between you and that person. I know with my mom, there are so many great memories. She is a wonderful mother, and I have so many lessons that I've learned from her that I can pass on to my children. And so I'm excited to continue to focus on the wins and not concentrate so much on gaining the closure of how she died. And secondly, I would want to encourage you to live in the legacy. Live in the legacy of the ones that have gone on. Like my mother left a huge legacy. She left big boots, big shoes to fill. I have work to do in order, to catch up to where she was. Like I said, she was so vibrant, so helpful. She was a servant and, always wanted to help people. And so I want to continue to live in her legacy. And lastly, I want to encourage you to maximize the memories. Take the time to just sit down, look at pictures. If that helps you, look at videos, write down things in your journals that you guys would do together, or even moments that you want to do or you wanted to do with them that maybe you didn't get a chance to. Just think about, again, what that person that you lost would be wanting you to do. I think they would rather you just think about the great times that you all had together versus living in the sadness of not having closure. I want to close out with this. Growing up, I had a wonderful childhood friend, and we used to play together. We would go to each other's houses. Our moms were friends, just, good, wholesome, wonderful person. She grew up to be very successful, and she had a daughter. And unfortunately, someone came in and took her life while her daughter was present. At the time, her daughter was only 2, and she wasn't able to identify who the person was that took her mom's life. It's been about 15 years and no justice has been served for the person who did that awful thing to her that day, who chose to go in and take her life. With that said, I wanted to let you guys know I would never be insensitive enough to say that there aren't times you're going to want answers. You're going to want justice. and justice should be served. I'm still praying that justice will be served for her mom, even before her mom leaves this earth, and for her young daughter that had to grow up without her mom. So I want justice to be served in that case. And I know there are many of you out there that may have similar situations, and the people who did these awful crimes deserve the justice that they get. My thoughts and prayers are with you. I want to tell you how sorry I am that you're having to go through this. And so I know a lot of times you want to obsess over closure in cases like this. But I still want to, in the most sincere way that I can tell you, please still consider these 3 things. And that's to pursue the wins harder than you pursue the closure. I want to also encourage you to maximize the memories of those special people. And then I also want to encourage you to live in their legacy. All of the good things that they left here, live in that and go from there. I wish you the best. My prayer for you is that we can get this figured out. It's a journey, and we're all walking down the same road. Until the next time, remember, first and foremost, God loves you, and He cares about all of your questions and your concerns. And so do I. If you have any questions for me, feel free to drop a comment, drop a question in here. I will do my best to answer it to the best of my ability. I hope you guys will subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys will hit the like button if you haven't done so already. I will see you sooner.